Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time you're watching and or listening to this. Welcome back to another episode of Drive Time Crypto with me, Crypto Chris, where I aim to bring you the latest news and events happening within cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. If you are new around here, welcome, and if you are a returning visitor, hello Gwen, it's great to see you. With that being said, let's start the engine and begin our journey. As always, the first pit stop is price news, and there wasn't too much around. There was a bit of Bitcoin price news, there's a bit of Ethereum news. We're going to touch on XRP, and we're going to cover a really strange going on with OneCoin in price news. And with that being said, this says Bitcoin retracts to 65,000 after reaching an all-time high of 69,000 after setting an all-new time high at 69,000. The leading cryptocurrency Bitcoin shed more than 6,000 in hours before calming around 65,000. This was to be expected because with the Bitcoin prices, there's often kind of benchmarks or triggers that confirm stuff, and one of them seems to be $70,000. People think that if we hit 70,000, then we're going to then go on to achieve the next milestone, which I think is about 85,000. I don't know why these points are set, but 70,000 seems to be a key one. So what happens is people front run that amount and sell at 69,000. Hence why we set this all-time high and then we pulled back by 6,000. It's not a correction. It's just people either taking profits or shorts being liquidated. The next one reads, Bitcoin closing November above $98,000 is a big jump but very much attainable, says Market Pundit. We covered part of this on the last video. This is Plan B again, talking about stock to flow model. Now, we're going to have to see a rise of 30%. He's still confident in his model, and so are people because of the way that it has managed to hit the price predictions on the model with relative accuracy. And we're now 11 days into November. The clock is ticking. We've got to go up another 30% to hit his $98,000. How we're going to see it, only time will tell, but he is still very confident, and that is leading to a very bullish market still. But on top of that, it says Bitcoin's Taproot upgrade is closer than ever and Bitcoiners are highly bullish. Here's why. So if you're not aware of it, it says Bitcoin's widely anticipated Taproot upgrade is built to be live in less than 4 days. The upgrade is the first in nearly 4 years for Bitcoin Network and ushers in new features and functionalities. Ahead of the launch, Bitcoin has surpassed its previous highs and now has market capitalization of over $1.2 trillion. Bitcoin's first major upgrade is in less than a week, and investors are as bullish as ever ahead of it. Analysts expect nothing less than a significant impact after it comes live, given previous upgrades. So this could be the news that we need to see Plan B's 98,000 prediction come true. Maybe he knew when Taproot was going to come in, but it says in 2018 the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade was first proposed by Gregory Maxwell and garnered approval in June 2021 after meeting 90% miner approval. So basically what happens is stuff gets proposed to the network because it is decentralized. You need the people that are on that network mining it to agree. And what normally happens is a block gets put on to the network. So as long as there is it's an agreed block that's going through, and as it gets put onto the blockchain, if the miners accept it in a certain way, that's how they vote on it, is my understanding of how stuff goes to get stuff onto the network. And what this means is basically, after activation, Taproot will improve Bitcoin's privacy through the use of Schnorr signatures and will improve smart contract functionality on the network. So this is so that the network can have private transactions, because in order to Bitcoin to succeed, due to its slow transaction speed and high transaction cost, well, it's not high if you benchmark it against Ethereum, but nevertheless it is high compared to the proof of stake chains that are out there. you don't really want to mess with the core of Bitcoin. If you start messing around with that or trying to upgrade that too much, then I think it's going to destabilize the network, and there is too much at risk to destabilize Bitcoin's network. So what they do is they bring in these sorts of, it's almost like a layer 2 upgrade to the core. So it's not really going to speed up. So they're going to use the Lightning Network to speed that up another layer 2. But this is now going to give you private transactions, so that Bitcoin has more functionality, and the more functionality it has, then you're going to see it getting more widely adopted. And because it's the gold standard one, because it's the early mover and it holds the most money, and it's got pretty much the most institutional value within it, then it's imperative that we see these upgrades to help the network keep relevant, because you see all the other networks are always trying to improve. Ethereum's trying to go to ETH 2.0. Cardano, you've seen plenty of upgrades recently. XRP have announced upgrades with the availability of different cryptocurrencies that are going to be held upon their ledger. So it's only natural to see stuff that's being done on the Bitcoin network, but there is always this real sense of, it's got to be sure that it is right for the network, because there is if Bitcoin failed or if it became decentralized, then the whole space is decentralized. And the next article I'm going to touch on, it kind of ties in with this, because it reads a few reasons why Ethereum decoupling from Bitcoin might have to wait. And the reason why I've brought this up now is because the upgrade on the Bitcoin network, if that didn't go well, then, and it plummeted, it will bring all the rest of it down. So, and then if it brings Ethereum down, it will bring all the coins that are related to the Ethereum to the Ethereum blockchain. It will bring all them down, because when you see the price movement of Ethereum go down, a lot of the altcoins follow it, because a lot of the altcoins are built on the Ethereum network, and Ethereum seems to move up and down in relationship to how Bitcoin does. So if Ethereum can go on a charge when Bitcoin's kind of going sideways, but if it does go on a charge, but then Bitcoin does take a big downturn, Ethereum is pretty much guaranteed that it comes down with it. So there's always this should be decoupled. Everyone should be able to operate within their own means, but nevertheless, it is still very much tied to one another, and that is the reason why the upgrade needs to be treated with the utmost respect when it comes to Bitcoin. But yeah, there's always the talk of the flipping in happening, and I think there's a lot of people that believe that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin eventually, and it may do, it may not do, I don't know. There's a lot of whales and there's lots of institutions at play that really don't want that to happen on the to Bitcoin, Ethereum to flip it. But for that to happen, it needs to decouple. But at the moment, this article, I'm not going to go into it because it's a very technical article with a lot of facts and figures, but as I've read into it, basically it shows how even though Ethereum is slightly performing better, nevertheless the data is showing that it's very still much coupled to what Bitcoin is doing. So that was a bit of Ethereum news. The other bit of Ethereum news, I've seen quite a bit of this on crypto Twitter. A lot of it was trying to hype something that it's not, because it's already happened again, but the bears seem to jump on this and start to claim that this is why we're going into a bear market now. We've seen the tops, and it says the Ethereum Foundation sends 20,000 ETH, which is $95 million to Kraken. So they're saying, right, they're about to dump on Ethereum and cash all this lot out. That spells that the bear market is coming in. According to Etherscan, the Ethereum Foundation has once again sent tens of thousands of ETH to Kraken. But the real part of it is, if you're not sure what Ethereum Foundation is, it's set up to help developers to kind of support them and give them financial assistance to help them develop and build upon the Ethereum blockchain and increase the stability of the ecosystem and promote it and make it grow and bring it innovative applications upon the blockchain. So they've got I think there it says, according to the blockchain analysis, Colin Wu, the foundation owned nearly 400,000 Ether as of May 21st. So basically, it's just them. They've done it before in the past, where it says on May 17th they sent 35,000 ETH to the exchange. Those were worth $112 million at the time. So they sell off ETH. This is what it's about. The foundation hold this Ether, and when the prices are good and they need to support developers, they sell it off and they fund and support developers on the ecosystem. The actual term itself, ecosystem, that is part of it. If you've got something that you've got that you can sell to fund more applicational use, and then that applicational use drives more custom, more finance, more uses to your network, then your price goes up, then that is a full circle there. So it's not that they're trying to dump on the blockchain, they are merely trying to sell off to support more innovative actions upon their blockchain. So it was a bit of a hype story that people tried making it of. There's nothing really to it, but I wanted to put that in there because I did see a lot of it out on Twitter, so I wanted to cover it a little bit. With that being said, we're going to move on to the next price news article, and it is about Ripple, and this one reads, Ripple to surpass Sol, Tether and Cardano in market cap, says crypto analysis. Ripple was past Sol, Tether and Cardano in market cap, according to Crypto Asset Guy. Crypto Asset Guy is one of the... I'll start that one again. Crypto Asset Guy is one of the on-chain crypto analysis, is back again with his style of tweets publicly on Twitter today. The analyst made a statement in the form of a prediction that people should expect Ripple, XRP, to surpass Solana, Sol, Tether and Cardano, which is ADA, in market cap soon in the next couple of days. Whether this will happen in the next couple of days, that's yet to be seen. I think he made this because we saw XRP take a sharp upturn recently after a couple of months of just sitting around the same price trend. It went up to, I think it was $1.33 at one point. It has not corrected, it's come back down a bit, it's pulled back a bit, which it's XRP, that's what happens. But nevertheless, he's made this prediction. Now, in a way, they always like to put these out, but this is a safe kind of prediction. If you are bullish on XRP, if you believe in XRP, if you hold XRP, then it's really a bit of a safe punt to try and get some traction and some clout. But what you've got to understand is, of course, you've got to think that it's going to pass Solana. Of course, you're going to think that it's going to pass Tether and Cardano, because what you've got to remember is XRP is the only altcoin that's ever flipped Ethereum. None of these other altcoins have ever flipped Ethereum. They've not looked like they're going to recently either, albeit Cardano and Sol have really had some great upturn. They're not threatening Ethereum, but XRP, if it goes to where the analysis think it's going to go to, then there is a real solid possibility that it could be knocking on the door of Ethereum. So if it's knocking on the door of Ethereum, these other coins are nothing to be worried about in the terms of market cap. It can surpass it. So it's a bit of a wishy-washy kind of tweet to put out there, I feel like, to get a little bit of clout. But it was popular again on Twitter, so I wanted to cover it. And that was really the Bitcoin and Ethereum altcoin news, price news anyway, apart from this last one, and I cannot get my head around it. I talked about it in a couple of videos ago. Squidcoin, end of scam or rise of a new community. So this article, it states how on basically, on November the 1st, it went from $2,861 a coin to less than a cent in only 5 minutes. It was a rug pull. It was a scam. And it is estimated that the developers of the Squid coin left with $3.38 million, leaving 40,000 investors with nothing in their hands. And Binance currently opened an investigation into the situation. So that is very much old news. If you didn't know about that, welcome to the space. You must have only just got here. If you did know about it, just stay with me, because this is where it gets weird. So after the scam, and the article goes on to say why it was popular because of the Netflix show, and so like a miracle, Squid's value is currently back at 3 cents, just under 4 cents, increasing more than 400% since its dip. So it was a rug pull. There is an investigation. They think that there's $3.3 million disappeared, and people are putting their money back into it. I just can't get my head around it. It's like, what is going on? If something has clearly gone so dramatically wrong, within 5 minutes, money gone, never coming back, why are people putting money in? And it reads here that it's, so it may be the people that have got the money in it trying to hype it back up, going, if we can hype it back up, if we can get people back in, we can get our money back out potentially, because there is new people coming back in. But the way that they're packaging this, or the way that they're trying to justify it, is the rug pull has made the Squid community become a de facto decentralized autonomous organization, which means power back to the users and less chance of things crashing down again, said a community member that traded in Squid even after it crashed. We'll wait and see. I've got no other words for that. I can't believe that money's going back into it. I feel sorry for the 40,000 investors that were in it, but hey, investments, they're always a risk. You can always lose your money. People could lose their money investing in Bitcoin. I'm not just saying it because it's Squid coin. It's an investment. You can always lose money. But if you see such a catastrophic event happen, I'm certainly not going to be putting money back into it. I believe that you couldn't even get your money back out when you bought these Squid coins. So, and I get it that it's now decentralized, but is the trust really going to be there? I don't know. Anyway, that was the people are putting money back into a rug pull coin. That was a scam. That's under investigation, and it's up 400%. So good luck to them. Anyway, the last bit of price news, which isn't price news, but it is price news, and I wanted to add it in there. It says China's real estate giant Evergrande narrowly dodges default for the third time in 30 days. If you're not aware of this, this is in mid-September. China's Evergrande Group, the country's second largest property developer by sales, spiked fear in the global economy as the company's market valuation plummeted to 11-year low. Global economists have warned that if Evergrande defaults on its debts, it could start off credit contagion similar to the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy in 2007. And the reason why I've added this into price news is that for the bull run, and because I genuinely believe that we are in a bull run still, and we're yet to see the altcoin, we need this to not happen. If you see that they default and people start winding up orders, and it just cascades and they go officially under, if they go insolvent, then it's going to crash the stock market. And as much as people don't want to think it, the cryptocurrency market and the stock market are very much entwined in each other. And if the stock market crashes, guaranteed that is going to have ripple effects within our space. You're going to see an effect on the price. Everything is going to take a sharp knock. And the last thing that you want was when we're in the bull run is this external factor coming in and smashing into what is palpably setting up, palpably, is that even a word? I don't know, but what is setting up to be the big crescendo in the next few weeks, like a couple of months or something. We need this just to stay away at the moment and not cause us any problems. Me personally, I think that this is going to happen. We're just on borrowed time. The Chinese government will not come in and bail them out. They are letting them go to the dogs. And when this does happen, it's going to cascade across the world. So, yeah, let's hope that it doesn't happen anytime soon and affect the market. And just keep that in your foremind that this could happen. And if it does, then it's going to really affect the stock market. So we've got to really keep an eye on this one. But fingers crossed, it doesn't affect ours. Nevertheless, that was all the price news that I wanted to cover. And I'm going to pull away from there. And I'm going to start going around the rest of the news. In the next pit stop, Greyscale. Try that one again. Greyscale's total asset under management hits 60 billion. Along with the milestone for Greyscale funds, AUM, I can't get my words out on this one. The firm passes SPDR Gold Shares, the world's largest gold ETF. Now, I'm not going to go too much into the article, but this wasn't popular news, and it should be popular news, because what this needs to understand is that Bitcoin is being touted as the digital gold. If you're not sure what Greyscale is, basically it is an ETF within America, but guised as something else. So instead of buying into an ETF, what they do is they let you buy shares within their company, and they hold cryptocurrency on their books, on their asset sheet. So the company value goes up and down and follows the market, and you have shares within that company, so it follows the market. You get what I say. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. It's basically an ETF. But nevertheless, the reason why this is so key is because if Bitcoin is going to become the digital gold and going to become the reserve and all the rest of it, this is massive. The fact that this under management hits 60 billion is bigger than the largest gold ETF. Essentially, that makes Bitcoin the largest ETF above gold, even though it's not. It's all being guised as something else. But that I found huge, and the fact that it isn't major news is somewhat surprising. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that. Digital currency group's Greyscale Investment announced Wednesday that the firm's total asset under management exceeded $60 billion, which is fantastic, unbelievable achievement, eclipsing the AUM for the world's largest gold ETF and the SPDR Gold Shares, which had $57.3 billion as of November the 9th. So, yeah, just wanted to cover that. I don't understand why it's not bigger news. Maybe people are just a bit desensitized to Greyscale now and everything that they're doing. But yeah, I just wanted to drop that in. With that being said, I'm going to pull away and go on to the next news article. And it reads, Bitcoin miners are looking towards nuclear power for sustainable energy. Now, I am all up for sustainable energy. And I believe that we do need, because that's the way that the world are going. We are indebted to make sure that this world is in a better place for our children, that we pass it on to. This reads, major players in the Bitcoin mining industry have their sights set on nuclear energy as the pressure mounts to go green. I feel like that's a bit of an oxymoron in itself. Granted, I know that it's carbon-free energy, but it is the absolutely devastating way that we've got to try and then get rid of something that's radioactive for hundreds of thousands of years. I don't believe that this is the way forward. And I feel like there is a lot of pressure coming from the nuclear energy because they see the kind of money, the institutions that are going into it, and they're trying to get the slice of the pie. This isn't the way to go. And if you believe in nuclear energy, that's fine. I'm not here to say I am right, you are wrong. I just genuinely don't believe that this is the right way to go. I would sooner see money that was invested within Bitcoin mining to please go on solar or wind, where we're not having a negative effect on the earth. Because at the end of the day, if you've got to bury something, because there is mountains that have been dug right down into that, the tunnels go 2 miles down into the ground, and then they just ship loads of nuclear reactive rods that are spent into the ground, and then they cap it with concrete. That's not finding a solution for going green for Bitcoin. That is merely adding to it. And what my concerns are is if they offer it cheap, that is what's going to get the miners on. But I think that it's not the right way to go. But nevertheless, I wanted to put it in. I was a bit concerned about that. I'd like to bring it to people's attention. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should we use nuclear power? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. But yeah, if you want to, let me know in the comments. It'd be good to hear. In other popular news, it's still staying around the Bitcoin news, Bitcoin whale wallet with $150 million worth activated after 8 years. And it was popular. Ancient Bitcoin whale awakens, moving $150 million in Bitcoin after lying dormant since 2013. The reason why this is popular is because a lot of coins have been wrote off by that helps the scarcity of Bitcoin, because they believe that a lot of people have either passed away sadly, or they have lost their private keys to get into the wallets where the Bitcoin was when it was very much in its early infancy. And then you keep on seeing these wallets start to awake. And this one, at the time, it was worth $282,000, which I tell you what, that is fair play to you for having that much conviction to invest over $250,000 in 2013 in something that was very, very new still. Nevertheless, what this means is that it starts to question the scarcity, that there could be millions and millions of Bitcoin that are still yet to wake, and people are just sitting on it when you see something that's been dormant for 8 years. Or they might have just got lucky and found the keys. Who knows? But yeah, it's another ancient wallet waking up, ready to poise and take their fortunes. Fair play. Somebody's invested it and someone's going to get $150 million, but it does start to put the question in and start to linger. How scarce is Bitcoin? Is there a lot more that is actually active, but just in a dormant state and not lost? We will wait to see. But that's really all the Bitcoin news for this episode now, and I'm going to move on to the next story. The next story, China 2.0, Nigeria intensifies major cryptocurrency crackdown after CBDC launch. What a surprise, because when your economy is as bad as that, the last thing that you want to do is introduce a currency that is built on the same terrible economy that you need people to use, when they could just use a cryptocurrency and trade back and forth between them. They don't need to go through your bank. They don't need to operate on your terrible economy. And that's why they've stopped it. It is money. It is money. And it reads, Nigeria's central bank has frozen the accounts of 2 cryptocurrency traders and an entity. In further enhancement of the central bank's policy, a local bank has unveiled guidelines to stifle the activity of crypto investors. The country launched its CBDC e-Naira at the end of October following a series of delays. So yeah, there is a lot of corruption that goes on, and I'm going to go out there and say there is a lot of corruption that goes on within these kind of economies that aren't that great, where they're not that strong, and where it's very much inflated, and they need their citizens to use this central bank digital currency. And when you see them not using it, what do? You stop it. So that is what Nigeria is doing at the moment. Whether there is always going to be a way around it. If you want to do this enough, you will figure a way around it, but they are making it harder. Nevertheless, we will wait to see how that develops. Maybe it will be another China 2.0 and they just blanket ban it. And it'll be sad, because there will be so many people that could get into cryptocurrencies and make a better future for themselves, and they are being denied. They are being denied to be allowed to spend their own money, which is, I feel, is shocking. Tying in with that, Zimbabwe's Ministers of Information clears rumours about adopting Bitcoin. Zimbabwe Minister of Information publicly dismissed ongoing rumours about the country considering the adoption of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. I covered this in the last episode that I did, and I explained how they used to have the Zimbabwean dollar and they made the residents take that, and then in 2020 they went back to a multi-currency economy, and that meant that the Zimbabwean dollar went to zero, and a lot of people in the country lost out on their money. And now they're just saying, no, we're not thinking of adopting it. Maybe they are, maybe something slipped and they don't actually want to play the hand just yet, but they have categorically said that it's not happening, which is a real shame when you've got so much volatility in your economy like Zimbabwe do. I want the people to be able to have a bit of trust in what they're putting the money into and have a better future, because everybody deserves that in this world. Everybody deserves the best future you can possibly have, and cryptocurrency can do that for you. And to not be thinking about it and still being trapped in a economy that is unique, I'm going to say. It's a real shame. I thought that Zimbabwe was going to start leading the way, but obviously not. But then again, we've seen a U-turn like this, so we could see another U-turn very soon when they decide that they do actually want to release this news. But that's all the African not accepting or not allowing cryptocurrency within their respective countries. With that being said, let's pull away from Africa. Let's jump across and visit Miami. And it reads, Miami will start giving some of its residents free Bitcoin. Mayor Suarez, the mayor of Miami, said that they will be staking the city's Miami coin to earn Bitcoin and then distributing them earnings to Miamians. And this was quite popular. Miami mayor reveals plans for Bitcoin yield to residents. So, just like New York announced the other day, Miami have already got this Miami coin in use. I don't know how much it's used. It reads, Miami's mayor has revealed the city is planning a Bitcoin yield for its residents. According to the mayor, the funds will derive from the staking of its city's own cryptocurrency, Miami coin. The initiative is part of the city's large plans to become the top crypto hub in the US. So the Miami coin is something that's supposed to be transacted back and forth between residents of Miami, and it's supposed to help and bolster the local economy. So now they're going to use that coin to stake, because staking is providing great passive incomes for a lot of people, not just cities. You can use a multitude of cryptocurrencies at the moment to stake and receive rewards, and apparently the Bitcoin yield that they're going to receive is now going to be distributed to their residents. How well it will be perceived, someone wants to give me free Bitcoin, I'd be very happy, but again, there's going to be a lot of people that don't even know how the industry and the space works, so maybe they're going to miss out and they're not going to claim the Bitcoin. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm not too particularly fussed about this news. It was just popular news, and that's why I wanted to put it in, but it'll be good to see how it develops. I am enjoying seeing the likes of Miami and New York adopting this forward-thinking attitude to try and really push it through in their respected areas, and we will wait to see how this develops, and I'm looking forward to it. And pulling away from that news into the last one, and this is SpaceX Dogecoin funded Doge 1 mission set to launch in Q1 of 2022. Elon Musk's Dogecoin funded mission is now set to launch in the first quarter of 2022. The launch had been announced in May of this year when the billionaire had tweeted about it. The mission is fully paid for in Doge and will not only be the first crypto in space, but it will also be the first meme coin in space. Well, of course, it's going to be the first meme coin, because if it's first crypto, it's going to be the first meme coin as well. Pretty stupid sentence, if I'm honest with you. There's the tweet of Elon Musk stating it, and basically, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Dogecoin go absolutely bananas now, because, yeah, again, Elon's been linked with it, and yeah, it always does. It's a cool little project, I'm not going to lie. It brought a smile to my face, that's why I wanted to add it in, because it's just a bit weird, and it's not, there's no, you've seen him on NASCARs, the Doge have sponsored NASCARs in the past, etc. So it's just another evolution of that. It's cool to see. It's putting it out there, because there'll be a lot of people that don't follow cryptocurrency that have a vested interest in SpaceX. So it just puts it back out there a little bit more, brings a bit more attention to the space. Whether it's the right attention or not, who knows? But yeah, I just wanted to end on that bit of light-hearted, not really important, but nice to see kind of news. Still not going to be investing in Doge though. With that being said, let's finish off this journey with a drive around the prices. As you can see, there's some that are in a decent green going upwards, but majority is in light green. The markets aren't really moving now. They seem to have calmed down a little bit. Bitcoin's just under 65,000. Ethereum's just under $4,750. Binance is up to $633. Solana is up to $235. Cardano is sitting at $2.10. XRP, $1.21. Polkadot is up to $48. And Dogecoin, which we've just mentioned, is sat at 26 cents. and that is your top 10 apart from stable coins. So with that being said, I'm now going to end this journey. I'm going to switch off the engine. I'm going to let you go about your day. If you are still watching, thank you so much. It makes these videos worthwhile. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope that your bags are filled healthy. With that being said, goodbye. See you later.